I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Reka Kodash, double honors unto our apostle elders, which ruled great millstone while, and which taught us the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect and to the nation of Israel, wa above all. Alright, so this is Mark 14 and 53. This is where Yahweh Shai is being betrayed and persecuted for the ministry. It says in Mark 14 verse 53, and they led, it says Jesus, but the true name is Yahweh Shai. You go into the interlinear, alright, and you go down to the name Jesus. It shows you that in the Greek it was Iesus, because the J is newly invented letter. You go down to the root word etymology, the study of the name. The truth of this name is that it's of Hebrew origin. It's not Greek, it's not Latin, it's not English. All right, and when you go to the Greek lexicon, which was put together in the late 1800s, you see the true name here in modern Hebrew, right to left, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. When you translate it in Google Translate, it says Joshua is a better translation. So this is why you know that the devil, the so-called white man, is trying to lie by putting the name Jesus, which is a false name that comes with a false image and a false doctrine. All right. The true name is Yahweh Shai. He is the son of Yahweh. Yahweh gave us his word, which is the Holy Scriptures, and it speaks of his son, Yahweh Shai. And we know this by the Holy Spirit, which is causing the Israelites to remember. It says in 53, and they led Yahweh Shai away to the high priest, and with him were assembled all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes, and Peter followed him afar off, even into the palace of the high priest. And he sat with the servants and warmed himself at the fire. And the chief priests and all the council sought for witness against Yahweh Shai to put him to death, and found none, because he was innocent. He kept all the laws. He was a good man, pretty much. Even though he said there's only one good, and it's the Father, but the Father was doing these good works through the Son. For many bear false witness against him, but their witness agreed not together. So really it revealed that they were trying to set him up because the witnesses were false witnesses, and their story wasn't lining up to condemn Yahweh Shai. And there arose certain and bare false witness against him, saying, we heard him say, I will destroy this temple, which he's talking about his body, that is made with hands, and within 3 days I will build another made without hands. Right? So they're talking about the temple that they thought he was talking about was the temple that Solomon built, and then it was destroyed and rebuilt by Zerubbabel, Nehemiah, and Esdras, the Israelites coming out of Babylon captivity, and they rebuilt the temple, right? But Yahweh Shai was talking about his body, that they were going to destroy his body and he was going to be resurrected 3 days later. So they were carnal-minded Israelites. They didn't understand the prophecy. But neither so did their witness agree together. And the high priest stood up in the midst and asked Yahweh Shai, saying, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witness against thee? But he held his peace and answered nothing. So he didn't answer a word to him. Again the high priest asked him and said unto him, art thou the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed? And Yahweh Shai said, I am. So it's clear that he told him straight up, and he was doing miracles that no other man could do. And ye shall see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power, which is our power Yahweh, and coming in the clouds of heaven, which he's going to return the same way he left. He went into a cloud, a chariot, which you know on earth as a so-called UFO of heaven. All right. Now he's coming back the same way on the clouds. All right. The chariots with the host of heaven. And he's going to punish these unbelieving Israelites and the wicked. All right. It says, then the high priest rent his clothes and saith, What need we any further witness? Ye have heard the blasphemy. What think ye? And they all condemned him to be guilty. They all condemned him to be guilty of death. All right, so that's the point I wanted to make. He told him he was the Messiah. He was doing miracles, infallible proofs. All right, but it didn't matter. All right, they still wanted him dead because their pride and their envy of his position, which Yahweh made him, over all the Israelites. He is the Messiah. But he clearly told them that he was the Messiah. That's the main point. But they rejected it. Just like now, you got these Israelites that are being told the truth, but they're denying it, even though it's right in their face. And they're going to regret it, because when they're in that lake of fire, it tells you they're going to regret this denial of the Messiah. It says in Proverbs 11, not 11, it's Proverbs 5 and 11. And thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed in the lake of fire, the nuclear destruction of America, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof. They didn't want the truth, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. So they're going to be destroyed in their unfaithfulness, and they're going to regret it when they're in the lake of fire. 2 Esdras 15 verse 4, for all the unfaithful Israelites shall die in their unfaithfulness, dealing with these reprobates that are in America. All right, they're going to be here in the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great, and they're going to regret rejecting the truth, though it was right in their face. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Wa abba.